Hello and welcome. We are here at the India Mobile Congress at the Bharat Mandapam, and right behind me you can see I'm here at the Bharti Airtel's booth. I'm joined by Mr. Kaustubh Chandra, who is the Chief Marketing Officer for Airtel Business. Kaustubh, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Arjun.
And very quickly, before we begin as to what this year you're showcasing, 2 years since the 5G rollout. This is the third IMC since its rollout. What is it that Airtel is doing different this year compared to the last two IMCs since the rollout of 5G?
Okay, so first of all, I think this year what we are showcasing is some real life use cases.
Okay.
Right. Last two years back when 5G was launched, post that there are a lot of customers who have adopted it, whether it's manufacturing, healthcare, and so on and so forth. So we brought a lot of live use cases. That's one. Second is I think this is I need to take a step back to just tell you about this is IMC's theme was is in fact future is now.
Absolutely.
Right. Going by that theme, we thought that what is the right fit for Airtel, right? And we came up with this future in motion. As you can see, this is called this is Airtel Future Loop, and which what it signifies is that before anything comes to motion, there has to be a ripple, right? So if you can see the structure and it takes different shapes and forms, it actually starts with a ripple, and then it then the motion gets generated, and that is infinite, right? Possibilities are endless. And we at Airtel, we really believe in that. The way we have gone about building the whole B2B capability also in last few years. I think we are at a cusp where we are literally defining and helping a lot of our customers in their entire digital transformation journey. So it is not just limited to a connectivity, but also a lot of other solutions and services, whether it's IoT, CPaaS, cloud, security, a lot of AI usage as well. That's something which we started helping our customers with, and that's really what this whole Airtel Arena is all about this year.
Sure, a lot of developments related to AI-based spam detection, fraud detection.
Absolutely.
Mr. Mittal talking about satellite communication yesterday as one of the big themes of Prime Minister Modi's third term. So where should we begin, Kaustubh, if you could
I think
guide us?
Let's begin with the future of governance, right?
Okay.
Like I was saying, that future in motion. So the entire arena is actually divided into 5 pillars.
Okay.
One is future in governance, which I'm going to quickly take you through. Then there is future of networks. There is future of defense. Then future of enterprise.
Okay.
That's how the whole arena is got really divided into, right?
Sure.
Like this particular use case, and this is a live use case in one of these states, one of the largest and the biggest state of the country. What you see is this is an emergency response system where we have worked with the state government and created this whole system wherein how to really respond quickly and be extremely agile when it comes to when any incident happens, right? Right from the moment it happens, how it really, the moment you call a particular number which has been given, for that state government, the emergency number, how it activates next response, and then that response goes to the next one, right? So how an ambulance, the moment it happens, somebody calls on that number, it goes to our call center. From there, police van and an ambulance gets activated, how they immediately can reach to the location, picks up and provide the medical
assistance.
Assistance, as well as how do we really take it from a police point of view as well, right? So all of that is something which we are bringing into life. This is already live, and that's since you asked me that question, this is one of the big use cases which has gone live in last few years. You mentioned about spam, right? Which we recently which we recently launched as a service, and this is that's something which comes anyone who's on Airtel network, right? If you are on Airtel network, let me ask you, are you on Airtel network?
Yes.
Thank you. Anybody who's on Airtel network, this service is for free for them. It's already activated.
Yes.
So as you know, so much of scam, so much of spam, which has been has become extremely rampant in last couple of years. We as an organization felt that it's really important to make sure that we save our customers from all of those challenges. And so now you don't need any app. It is inbuilt, AI enabled systems which are there,
Right.
which really tells you if it's a message which is a spam message, it'll give you that notification
Right.
instantly. As you can see on the screen here as well, you've got a call and that's a suspected spam. So you decide whether you want to take it or not, right?
Right. This is something that you've taken the lead
Absolutely.
among the three operators.
We are the first.
Yeah.
We are the first operator.
They announced
Yes,
yesterday.
we are the first
Yes.
operator, right? I also want to show you the impact of this. So if you look at the look at this impact.
Okay.
How many messages daily are getting identified? How many calls are getting identified? Right? How much of reduction in spam which is happening?
These are the figures that you've
These are
been able
figures.
to retrieve since the
Absolutely.
launch of the
Yes.
service.
Right? Early days, but we've already seen a big adoption of this, acceptance of this service.
And a big assistance for the customers.
absolutely.
They
For
don't
every
have to
customer,
rely on
and
any.
especially the generation which is the older generation, right? I mean, they're still something like this just
Yeah.
helps them in a very different way
Absolutely.
altogether. One of the other things which you talked about,
Yeah.
and I was telling you, future of defense, that is. This is the place where we are talking about, we're showcasing. So this is from where we are showcasing how really satellite communication is going to change
Right.
I mean, it is not really future of communication,
Okay.
but it is now. It is already live, right? So as you can see, there are. So what the use case which the team showcased here is there are 7 different, 8 different locations which are connected, and these are the remotest of the locations.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Where our Jawans, our army
Yes.
is
The armed forces are deployed.
Yeah, the armed forces are deployed, and mind you, that all of these places you can't go by a
Terrestrial network.
Yeah, absolutely. One is that there's no terrestrial network. Second, you cannot just go by your car or your jeep or anything. You have to walk, right? And this is something. What we did is we actually tested it out and we then showcased it here, and that's something which has a huge acceptance from a overall defense point of view. And this changes. I mean, imagine a Jawan sitting in the remotest area for days, not able to connect with his or her family, right? And with this, they're able to now connect, not just connecting, but they can see, right? They can talk to their families. They can also, and also they just imagine the kind of impact on the information, how much time it's going to take to pass the information, to the center. So, I mean, it just changes the whole scenario, not just from a country safety standard, but also from each of those personnel who are sitting there and make them more happy about what they are doing, right? So this is that.
How are the armed forces looking at what sort of discussions are they on? How keen are they?
Oh, they
Anything on-
are. In fact, so much so that we are already testing it out. Yesterday, it was showcased by one of the majors himself, right?
Okay.
Where we and all the locations were connected. Yesterday, Honorable Telecom Minister also, was here, and he has interacted with all those personnel yesterday.
Okay.
So, I mean, for us also, it was quite emotional because, again, what I just talked about,
Yes.
that's exactly what all those Jawans and the majors and sitting on the other side, what we're
That's
talking
something.
about.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Paltan, right? When our Paltans move, right?
Yeah.
They also need to connect, and that's something with our satellite work which we've been doing.
Okay.
They can actually have it when they are mobile also. They will be connected, and I think that's something which we
That
should
will also
get.
help in tracking
Yes.
the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. From here, I think sustainability is the other.
That's one of the big
Yeah,
themes,
okay.
given how the government's push on clean energy.
Yeah. So here, what we are showcasing is in its entirety as Airtel, what we've been doing from a sustainability and green perspective, right?
Right.
So you're just seeing this SIM card. We have actually, these are 100% recycled material,
Okay.
right? And the towers, right? The towers which we are, which you can see here is
Right.
again, solar based. It's
Okay.
powering network towers using captive solar energy,
Right.
Just imagine the kind of impact, and
Right.
and every, the number of towers we'll have. This is start
And
impacting.
all of them are diesel backed.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
But not anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore. Similarly, on our data center side, also, if you can see there, most of our data centers are 100% green,
Okay.
and we want to be carbon neutral by 2031, right?
Okay.
So that's the kind of target we have in mind. This is the impact, if you see, right? Just the impact created with 18 crore SIM cards deployed every year, 750 tons of carbon emission reduced annually.
Right.
You look at the network towers, what I just talked about, yeah. So I think, this is what we're saving, and from a data center's perspective, net zero emission by 2030.
That's quite a
Absolutely.
bold target.
And again, some of these things, Arjun, are not for tomorrow. Right? This is something which we've been working as an organization, as Airtel, we've been working on this for quite some time. And I think we are very excited, and we are very strongly moving forward when it comes to making sure that we are green
Right.
across.
And we're, taking care of our future generations.
Absolutely. This is a one use case which we have developed. In fact, this solution we developed earlier this year. We tested it out. We actually worked with a lot of our customers before we go live with any new product or solution. We make sure that we first test it on ourselves, because as Airtel, big organization,
Right.
most of the use cases are in, actually from within the organization. And then we also keep working with a lot of our customers, because they came up, they usually come up with a lot of their requests, how we can solve their problem. This is one such use case, which is about how do I help them in connecting multiple branches.
Okay.
Right? Multiple branches with almost 99% SLA, right? So that the uptime is always high.
Okay.
Also about, let's say for example, this is one example of one of the pharma companies which we recently helped in terms of firing up their entire, all their 6,000 stores across India. Now these are stores not just in the metro or a tier 1 city, they are sitting in tier 2, tier 3. How do you really connect all of them and working as one, right? Because the biggest challenge with most of the large enterprises is that, and if they are in retail, how do they really bring a seamless experience for all their stores, and also at the same time everything is happening simultaneously and hassle free for everyone.
Right.
Now this is something, depending on where your store is, depending on the usage, depending on how it needs to work for you, we then help the customers to decide what kind of connectivity you really need, what kind of how will what is if I have to put it in a very simple way, it is the right equipment for your business across the board. And this is something which we have seen a huge uptake from a large enterprise as well as
What
medium.
sectors, particularly pharma, you mentioned? Of
So
course.
pharma, retail,
Okay.
D2C brands,
Okay.
a lot of manufacturing brands, a lot of banks,
Okay.
all shapes and size of branches,
Right.
right? Banks, whether it's a very large bank or a small bank, because you can see that most of the banks, especially the cooperative banks, or let's say the public sector banks, are, in fact the private banks are, if you look at it, right, the top two banks, they are across the country. How do we really help them, right?
Sure.
This is something which is extremely well received, and we're seeing a very good uptake on from a customer standpoint. So yeah, that's
Probably it, and I think we'll wrap our video here at the Airtel booth at the IMC. Kaustuv, thank you so much for your
Ajal,
time.
thank
It was
you
a
so much
pleasure
for
talking
coming
you.
to our
And,
arena.
taking out time to tell us and our viewers about all of the innovations that Airtel is doing, and really keep taking that lead when it comes to the telecom sector in our country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arjun. Thanks a lot.